Alright, so I am bearing it all, you guys. I'm starting out with the washed and moisturized face. I like a smooth and even palette, so to speak, for my brows and my eyeshadow. So I'm using my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer that I got from Sephora. And I'm just going to go ahead and smooth all of that into my brows and my eyes. I am a oily person in my eyebrows and sometimes in like the crease of my eyes, so the primer helps keep my eyeshadow and my eyebrows on a lot longer. They stay a lot longer than if I don't use the primer. So now I'm going to take my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Espresso and outline the top and bottom of my brow. I kind of sketch it on instead of drawing a straight line. It just works better for me that way. And then I'm going to take my pencil and create hair-like strokes, small hair-like strokes, just to make the brow appear more natural. And I'm not really filling it in all the way, but I am creating those hair-like strokes. And by the way, you guys, these are my natural brows. These are the brows that I was born with. I do not cut slits into my brow. I have no reason to do that. I also do not go to the salon and get them shaped, but it's something I might try out in the near future. So I'm just creating those hair-like strokes on my second brow, and I'll show you with my pencil. I've learned that your brows should begin and end based on the inner and outer corner of your eye, where it starts and ends, and that's how I base the length of my brow. Alright, so I'm using my e.l.f. angle brush to fill in my brows. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the color Ebony, and I'm going to fill in my brow. This pomade is the truth. It is my go-to, and you do not need a lot of it. So as you can see, I keep dipping my brush in the pomade, and that's just because I do not want to use too much. I don't want my brows to be too dark. When I start filling in my brows, I focus on the outer corner. That's because that is naturally where your brow is darkest at. And then in the inner corners of my brows, I put less pomade, and that's because you want your brows to have an ombre effect, and where they are lighter in the front or in the inner corner and darker in the outer corner. So just brushing that on. I'm going to do the same thing to my other brow. I hope those instructions were not confusing to you guys. I do plan to do another more detailed, shorter brow tutorial. This video is longer because it's full face, but I will do a video specifically for brows if you guys want to see that. So just let me know. So the other end of my brow pencil has a spoolie or a little brush on it, and I'm just going to use that to blend out that pomade a little bit more and lighten the inner corners of my brows. So here I am using my concealer to clean up the outline of my brows and to get a more perfect shape. For my underbrow, I like to use a beige, almost a beige concealer. And for the top of my brow, I like to use a darker concealer, something a little bit more similar to my skin complexion. When I get to that part, it's not going to look like it's a darker concealer, but it is. I'm using a concealer palette that I got from Ulta, and it's a brand called Revolution. I probably won't buy this concealer palette again because it's oil based and it's just not the quality that I want in my concealer. So as you can see, I am getting that line straighter, and I'm going to go ahead and blend in my concealer on the top and bottom. Alright, so I got it all blended, and I always end up with a unibrow, but don't worry about it, y'all. I'm going to take care of that later on. Alright, so now I'm getting into the look that I want to achieve. I am using a, this is just my base color that I'm using from my NYX Golden Horizons palette. I use this all the time as a transition color. I'm going for a red, like a sexy red look, but I want it to be more of a smoky eye, so I'm just going to use this color to transition into the look I want. So I am using a dark brown, like a chocolate color, from my 28 color eyeshadow Modern Mattes palette that I bought from BH Cosmetics. This is my first time using the palette, but I really like it so far. So I'm going to take that same chocolate color and do the same thing to my other eye. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up because I know you guys get the point. Just stay tuned because I'm about to bring that pop of color in, the red that, oh my goodness guys, I just love this look. So stay tuned. Okay, so now I'm going to take the same BH Cosmetics palette and take the red color and pat it all over the top of my lid. Now one thing I could have done, but I didn't think about it at the time. One thing that you can do if you want your color to pop a little bit more is to put like a white or beige colored concealer on the top of your lid, and then pack the color on top of that concealer. But as you can see, I didn't do that. I just packed the color on until I got the brightness that I wanted. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking my blending brush and I'm going to blend that red out a little bit to make the look a little bit smoother. I'm also going to add more of that brown color back into the outer corner of my eye so that it's a little bit darker. As you can see, the red did get into that, so I want to replace that red with some more of that dark brown. This look was really fun for me. I wanted to do something special. My husband and I, we decided to do date nights, weekly date nights this year, and this was one of our first ones. And this day was full of surprises. It was a really good day. It was so much fun, and so I really wanted to do something special, a really special look, something different, and I think I got it. I think this was it. Okay, so now for some eyeliner. I am not big on eyeliner, you guys, so I'm just doing a straight line straight across. I didn't want no thick line. I just wanted something to make it pop. So I was gonna try to do this. As you can see, I'm taking the liner like deep into the inner corner of my eye. I see some girls do like a cat look. I don't know what it is, but that's what it looks like to me, kind of like they're trying to create a really bold cat eye. I was gonna try this. It didn't work for me. I already have kind of like chinky cat eyes anyway, so taking the eyeliner deep into the inner corner of my eye that's just not, it didn't work for me this time at least. So You'll see that I tried it, but I ended up removing that. So yeah, if you know what I'm talking about and you have like some tips for me, please leave the comments. Leave those tips in the comments below so that I can try this look again. Okay, so I used a regular pencil to line the bottom of my eyes, and now I'm taking that same red color and I'm patting it on the lower lash line. I love to have color on my lower lash line, so I'm putting that red down there. I'm gonna pat it on, blend it out a little bit, and pat it on again. So when I got home this day, I came upstairs and I received a card with instructions in it on where to meet my husband and what time. He had laid out my dress, my jewelry, my shoes, and everything. So I literally had 1 hour to shower, to do my makeup, to record the video, set up, and everything. So I was surprised I was able to achieve this look the way that I did for my first time and in such short time. Here I'm putting on my mascara. Make sure that you do your bottom lash line first. If you do your top first, you may get mascara on your eyeshadow. Luckily, I didn't. Alright, so there is the finished eye look. Obviously, I was super happy. Now time to get rid of that unibrow, and I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation in the color 338 Spicy Brown, and I'm just using my e.l.f. brush to distribute that all over my face. Okay, so now I am taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Cool Tan to highlight under my eye, my chin, my cupid's bow, right at the top of my lip, and the bridge of my nose. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend all of that in. Alright, so now I am using my beauty blender to pat on my Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder, and I'm going to set that concealer. So I'm going to put it under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Everywhere that I put my concealer is where I'm going to put my translucent powder to set it. Okay, so right now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toast, and I am going to put that along, that's my daughter in the background if you can hear. I'm going to put that on along the bridge of my nose to give it like a shadow. Basically, I'm contouring. And then I'm going to take my concealer brush and pat that all in. Okay, so I'm just using my fluffy brush to wipe away all the excess translucent powder. And I'm not sure what I did wrong here, but I did highlight everywhere, my under eyes, my bridge, my chin, but my cheekbones are really, really dark. So I'm not sure what I did. If you guys know what I should have done, let me know. Put that in the comments below. Here I am taking my highlighter, and I'm just going to highlight the cheeks of my bones. As you can see, it's popping. I'm also placing that highlighter on my eyebrow bone and the bridge of my nose. This look was inspired by Valentine's Day that just recently passed, and of course my date night with my husband. I had so much fun this night. He made me feel so special, and we both had a great time. So I hope this gave you guys some inspiration for your upcoming date nights. Thank you for tuning in. If you are returning to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and please stay tuned for the final look. Alright y'all, so here is the final look. I am in love with this red honey. Let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Be blessed.